Hello, welcome back to my channel. Are you here to watch Frieren? Because I am. Because I am here, sitting in the chair like a normal person, watching Frieren like a normal person. Let me dry the tears from last episode. I freaking love this show. Comment, like, subscribe down below if you haven't already, to pay attention to what's coming up next. After Frieren here, we're gonna dive back into some 90s anime. I believe 1994 to be exact. I was 5 years old. Wild. Yep. Well, let's see what we get up to this time. Let's see if we're gonna cry at all in this episode. Probably. Let's go. Final episode of season 2.
Looks like it keeps going forever from up here.
It's a 3,000-meter drop.
Woo!
This is the deepest canyon on the entire continent.
That's
You've been here before.
wild.
So how do we cross it?
The wind is quite strong. Flying magic is too risky. We could go downstream, couldn't we?
Only one problem, Seaside. There's a cliff. That's also 3,000 meters.
Whoa!
It's a sight to behold if you'd like to drop by. I imagine it's in the final stages.
What's in the final stages?
For now, let us continue upstream. If we're lucky, we'll come upon a nifty shortcut.
A bridge that was being built, perhaps, back in Himmel the Hero's day?
Our shortcut.
I had a good feeling.
There's a bridge? You should have led with that.
It's been a while, Frieren.
Seems your bridge project was a success. This is Gayan, the skilled dwarven carpenter who spent the past 2 centuries building this bridge.
Wow.
So dedicated.
I assumed that meant it was still in progress. And perhaps we would find you in the last stretch.
Frieren, there is still one more problem for me to solve.
Creature. Well, that's
A
that.
flock of bird monsters have been stirring up powerful gusts of wind. They've built a nest and made this canyon their playground. In doing so, they've rendered my bridge useless.
Time to go exterminate some birds is what it sounds like to me.
Could you help me solve my problem?
You got a grimoire?
A spell that lets you flip pancakes perfectly. I have all the ingredients. A breakfast of dreams is just one chore away.
But first, pancakes. Oof.
Why did Gayan take it upon himself to build a bridge here in the first place?
I'm sure regret had something to do with it.
So it's still under construction. That's a shame.
I ran out of funds. All the time in the world and none of the money.
Why are you so determined to build a bridge out here?
This is where my village sat. Still would if it weren't for the demons. Unfortunately for us, the closest army was stationed in a city across the canyon. This bridge could have saved them.
Perhaps this can help. Our reward from a distant noble.
Thank you, but I can't accept this. I have nothing suitable to offer you in exchange.
Got a grimoire?
You have this bridge.
Or a bridge.
You're a human. By the time I finish construction, you'll have died of old age.
Then Frieren will accept your repayment.
He seriously constructed the whole thing this way by himself?
Here they are. Let's begin.
Gosh. Another group of creatures to destroy.
Gayan, we took care of the monsters.
My work here is done. I'm building my peace. A quiet life in my village.
Hey, look who's back. That's amazing news, Gayan. This calls for celebration.
200 years is more than enough time for a village to be built anew.
Of course. Well, shall we be off then?
Is something wrong?
He may or may not be low on travel funds.
Mistress, you can't keep wasting all our money.
Not like it matters now. What are we buying in the middle of a snowfield?
I have just the solution.
They found a town.
What is this?
Are they
Where
miners?
have you taken us this time?
Stark is correct that it's a camp for adventurers, those seeking holy snow crystal. It's a mineral produced in the snowfields of this region. This is the only place in the world where they can be mined.
Now ready your pickaxes, ladies, because these holy snow crystals aren't gonna mine themselves.
You've seen so much, yet remain so naive. Holy snow crystals aren't something you can simply stumble upon.
A whole silver for a loaf of bread? That's more than 10 times the market price.
Let's
Crazy.
change careers.
There are two primary reasons holy snow crystals sell for such a high price. The first of which is their rarity, is that this region is teeming with savage monsters.
Judging by what they charge for bread, monster slaying requests would fetch a rather hefty reward.
There's a massive mineral vein that only us locals know about. I'd like you to defeat the monster dwelling there.
Sure.
Once you've slain the beast, please set up an anti-personnel barrier.
I'm grateful for the work.
In any case, we have a monster to slay.
A several-day journey, I guess.
There it is. Let's get to work.
Yeah! Ooh, formidable foe indeed. Stark! How is that possible?
It's faster than it looks.
Run. It's the first step of my plan.
That I can do.
Come on, Fern. You got this, girl.
They made us work for that reward.
Quiet.
Great. From bad to worse.
Nearby monsters must have sensed its mana fading and gathered here to investigate.
We're surrounded.
Oh.
Indeed, but even if we weren't, we would still need to slay them all in order to complete the job. We've no other choice. The chivalric order of Norm.
Hey.
It was clear they were moving somewhere, so we followed them to find out where and why.
Ah.
We weren't expecting to find you three. Master Norm says that we're in your debt.
I suppose this makes us even. Even if it's little by little, the northern plateau is changing. How about we set up camp here tonight?
Whew. What a place to set up camp.
Mistress Frieren, time to wake up.
Just 5 more hours.
Fine, but you'll have to
That's how I
promise.
felt this morning.
It's worth waking up for.
You're right.
We only made a detour to bolster our travel funds. I wasn't expecting to come upon such a feast for the eyes. If we defeat the Demon King, a time will come when anyone can enjoy this beautiful sight.
Not just anyone could make this harsh journey. It's a strange
Wow.
feeling. Yet soon enough, it will be broken into rubble by human hands. Take it in. Once you have, we'll erect the barrier and head back.
A job well done. Here's your reward. I'm just relieved we can finally preserve the vein.
Preserve?
It was in my childhood here that I decided my fate. One glimpse of that beautiful sight, and I knew I wanted to become an adventurer. Now it's safe.
Protecting other people's homes is an important job, huh?
Yes, it is. Sure I am that Master Heiter protected my home too. It's true that war left my physical home in ruins. Because of him, I have the precious memories.
When I told you the story about me fleeing my home, you didn't let it impact your opinion of me in the slightest. You continued to believe in me. You always encouraged me and pushed me forward. Why?
Because that's what Mistress Frieren would do.
That's what him over here would do.
Mistress Frieren, you know the prices here are astronomical.
What did she
Yet
buy
I
that
went
for?
shopping. I had a feeling this would happen, so I hit our cut of the reward.
Seriously?
And that is why you are my student. Well, shall we be off then?
This is Adel, a second-class mage. She specializes in mental magic. I asked her to accompany me so she could re-examine the area. She obtained some new information. Information you, for one, will surely find valuable.
Duncan, your hand. I'll transfer the memories to you.
Go ahead. And with that, I leave you to your work. Maintain and manage the barrier surrounding the Golden Land.
Okay. What memories?
Duncan, her grave is just a hole in the ground.
I'm aware.
He intends to die.
Yet I feel a touch of envy. For never in my wildest dreams would I defy Mistress Zedia. The final and the strongest of the Seven Sages awaits him. Macht of the Golden Land. The valiant Denkin shall fight to the bitter end to save his gleaming home. Fate pulls him, like he's the hero in a fairy tale.
I gotta say, I'm a little confused by that ending. He was from that land, wasn't he, originally? And I remember him telling the story about his wife dying, right? So there's one final big demon up there, Macht of the Golden Land. Is that what his name was? And they think that Denkin is going to probably not make it from this fight. What a cliffhanger. That's cool. I mean, it makes you want to know what comes next. That was a beautiful sight. That field of crystals. I love, I say it seriously every single episode, the composition, cinematography, if you will, how it went from her eyes seeing it to Himmel's eyes seeing it. And everything is about her retracing her steps with him, remembering him and who he was, who he is to her. I really hope the series continues. I really hope the series actually ends like the manga. Anyway, thank you so much for joining me for Frieren for this season. Wonderful as usual. I look forward to seeing you guys in the next series. We'll pick up then. All right. Hope you are all doing wonderfully. And I will talk to you later. Bye.